Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I thought I would bring you along today to make some collage masterboard little collage cluster packs to put into my shop. So basically I've sold these quite a few times and they're normally quite popular. I'm going to take these collage masterboards and cut them down, making little you know, pieces that would be for pockets or journal cards, or you know, however you want to use them, and mix them with some clusters so that then you guys, obviously whoever purchases them, you would be able to buy them and then pop the clusters on and decorate them up and make your own pieces. So yeah, I've got a whole bunch of collage masterboards here. Now I've got to be truthful, yes, I'm of course doing my usual, hoarding these and not wanting to now part with them. So it's all a bit of a struggle for me to actually now cut these down. I don't know what's wrong with me, to be honest, but I make these things and then of course coming to use them is just like, oh, not really very easy. So anyway, we're going to just yeah, we're going to kind of try and actually make these now. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to kind of cut these into quarters really. So these are, they're not all on plain backgrounds, but this one happens to be on a plain background, so this could definitely be used as either journal cards or pockets, or you know, however kind of you wanted. So I'm going to just take this in quarters, and the best way really to, you know, to gauge that is to actually fold it in half, and that way I know that I've got, you know, got down that halfway mark. So just going to squish that down. I do sometimes wing this, you know, and kind of just go with where I think the middle is. And then sometimes what happens, I end up with, you know, one really large one and one much smaller one. So I thought this would be the best way to do it. Now, as you can see, I've got my guide here, which is the line I've cut down. But all I'm going to do is actually cut over. Now, the reason why I'm doing that is because if this were going to be a collage masterboard in a journal and you wanted it landscape rather than portrait, sorry, not a collage masterboard, a pocket, if you wanted it then landscape instead of portrait, then of course you don't want this the full width of the A4 page, because you know, when your journal page is folded over, you'd want it slightly smaller so that it actually does fit to glue onto the page. Okay, and then I'm going to just cut them again roughly kind of in half. And this is where, like I say, sometimes I do kind of end up mucking these up and I end up with, you know, one ginormous one and one, you know, much thinner one. So I'm going to just try and do that. Okay, so not too bad actually. Yeah, not too bad at all. Not very straight, but not bad size wise. Okay, so I can now just obviously trim this down. It's sort of easier to look at the back, which is not, of course, so fussy, to try and get my straighter lines. I find it a little bit sort of not off-putting, but, you know, not off-putting in a horrible way, but off-putting as in throws you off when all you can see is pattern. It's quite hard to actually get it straight. I mean, that one, I feel like I've just got straighter already because I was cutting against the plane, rather than the other one, which was, you know, cutting against the pattern, which I just find, yeah, quite tricky to do. Right, there we go. So that's my first 4. Okay, so like I said, I mean, they would then be able to be used, you know, landscape or portrait. The other thing that you could do, you know, if you were to purchase one of these, is you could diagonally kind of take these down and make them into, you know, corner tuck spots or corner pockets. So that's another kind of option for, you know, for these. So I'm just going to cut a few of these down. So let's take this one next. So again, what I'm going to do actually for this one, I might just actually pop this down here so I don't even have to fold it. I can just use this as a bit of a guide to find, you know, an approximate halfway mark like that. Okay, and then again just sort of use that as a bit of a guide there. There we go. Okay, not too bad. And then this one's the wider section, so I will want to obviously take this down in terms of width. So I'll just, again, might just turn it around to the non-pattern side for, just makes it easier to cut. So like that. Now what I will do is I will take these to the sewing machine and just stitch around the edges of all of these. Just literally, probably just a straight stitch just around the edge. Oops, just trim that down, not straight at all. Just a straight stitch around the edge. And again, that's an optional thing, but you know, it does look pretty. So, which was the side I cut? I think this side. Just going to cut that down slightly. Okay, like that. So that's another two, another four. So then I've got this one, so quite a different sort of look here. So again, just bring this in and use it. I might just try and do it on the plain side. So yeah, we just thought, you know, we'll hang out while I'm doing this anyway. I'm putting them together. Might as well just hang out with you guys and, you know, have a nice time. So hope everybody is doing well. I hope you guys are all having a nice day. Sorry, just using this as a template. I hope you guys are all having a nice day. The sun is shining here, and I know I say this all the time, I do film ahead. So if you live in the UK and you look out and it's not sunny at all, it is sunny right now here. I'm not saying it's going to stay that way, but at the moment we do have sunshine, which is wonderful. So yeah, it's a really lovely day. So hopefully once I finished work, I will be going in the garden later. So okie dokie. Again, struggling to see which side I actually cut. I think this side. Just take that down a bit. Otherwise, I noticed that one was a bit long. There we go. I mean, yeah, these tend to, you know, be quite popular. I think partly, you know, I know that some ladies struggle to do masterboards, you know, make their own masterboards. I definitely was in that camp. I really struggled to make masterboards, and, you know, I still don't say that it's my natural thing now. Now, these are much smaller, so I'm just going to put these to one side because obviously otherwise they're not going to be, you know, as big. So they might not provide quite the same sort of size. So these ones here are on thinner paper. They are not necessarily plain backs. So again, just need to pick one that I can bring myself to part with because, oh my goodness, I'm trying to hoard all of these, which is so crazy, isn't it? I don't know what is wrong with me. But yeah, I am trying to actually hoard all of these. So ridiculous behaviour. This is what happens, you know, like I kind of sometimes I make a masterboard or whatever, and then I just really like it and I can't bring myself to use it. So hence I've actually got quite a lot now. It's just silly behaviour. So again, share below. Do you do that? I mean, I do it with everything, to be honest, not just masterboards, but anything at all that I make. It often ends up in the hoarding pile, at least initially, until I kind of then, you know, maybe make some other things that I think, oh, I prefer the, you know, the other things that I've made. But yeah, what is that about? I mean, it's just ridiculous behaviour, isn't it? Again, just going to cut this down slightly so it's not quite so wide. There we go. Oh, Bo is fast asleep on my bed. She's been there for absolutely ages. Don't know what's going on with her this morning, but yeah. Sometimes she obviously just seems really tired. My son's girlfriend's going to come around later. We're going to take Bo out for a walk, so that's quite nice. Looking forward to doing that. Obviously, it's a bit dodgy, you know, when it's hot weather, isn't it? Because you think, I hope, you know, I hope Bo will be okay. I mean, I've got one of those little water bottles for her, you know, with the button where like the water comes out into sort of the lid, which operates a bit like a bowl, and then, you know, if you tip it back up and press the button, the water can sink back in. So yeah, I'll take that, you know, on the walk. Right, okay. So these again are different size masterboards, so just trying to stick with the masterboards of a similar size. So that one's, oops, that one's okay. Right, okie. Again, just take this down. There we go. And just again use that as a guide here. Yeah, I took Bo yesterday out like in the late afternoon, kind of about 5 I think it was, when the sun wasn't quite so hot, and took Bo with her little ball thrower over to the park. So I mean, hopefully she had a nice time, but yeah, just need to be a kind of a bit mindful, don't you, of, you know, is it actually a bit hot for her? Because I mean, it's quite intense in the sun, and obviously she's then just running about chasing after her ball, which she loves doing. But yeah, I don't want her getting heat stroke or anything. And I looked it up, and I think it said anything from about 18 a dog could get heat stroke. So, you know, you need to be a bit careful, don't you? I mean, hopefully she's, you know, she's sensible and she just sits down. I mean, like she was doing the, you know, running back with the ball and getting me to throw it time and time again. And then I think when she was feeling either too tired or too hot, she just then, you know, started kind of chilling out and, you know, not then giving me the ball back. So I guess she kind of knows her limits, or you like to think she knows her limits, but I don't want to just make that assumption. And then her, I mean, I don't know what a dog with heat stroke, really kind of what the symptoms are, to be honest, but yeah, that wouldn't be very good. Right, so I've got a few of these packed. So like I say, I will do some stitching straight around the edges of these, but I'll probably do that in a minute. So I'll just put these down here. And what I like to do with these, actually I'll do them one at a time, I think. What I like to do with these is you get the 4 collage masterboard pieces like that, and then I give normally 6 clusters of completely varying styles, so that hopefully, you know, you can mix and match your clusters and get 6 really quite different looking pieces, if you see what I mean. I don't want them all to look really the same, because I mean that would be pretty boring, wouldn't it? So hopefully, I'm just getting out a few clusters. I've got clusters here in my little cluster book. These are clusters that I've made in a cluster book, and now I've torn them out just for doing things like this and keeping them nice and accessible, you know, for assembling these types of packs. So I've got a lot of clusters here, as you can see, so let's move them out the way. And like I say, I mean, I'm trying to kind of mix them up in a way that, you know, isn't necessarily the predictable ones with the predictable ones, if you see what I mean. You know, I want the packs to be quite interesting, so that you could then, you know, perhaps form some really different looks. I mean, that, for instance, I would never really have put with that, but actually it looks quite pretty on there, doesn't it? So that could be one. Got this one, that's quite pretty. Put that with a possible. I quite like that. It's quite nice on there, isn't it? So again, just kind of, you know, sorting out, like, so there's quite differing looks. I mean, that's quite nice on there. And probably not this one, if I'm truthful. Oops, put that on the no pile. That one's quite nice, isn't it? Okay, so we've got those. And then, yeah, you can tell I'm trying to hoard this. What is wrong with me? Ridiculous behaviour. This one's more from a snippet roll rather than a cluster, but that's fine. Again, that looks quite nice, doesn't it? And again, yes, you guessed it, I'm trying to hoard this because I really like it. Oh, so silly. So silly. Why I have to try and hoard everything is just ridiculous. So we've got this one. This one's perhaps a little bit on the big side. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to tear this down a bit. And obviously, what makes these quite nice is if you've done the Collage masterboard books, you know, sorry, not the Collage masterboard books, the cluster books, sorry. If you've done the cluster books, you get a lot of different papers, because like here, I've got the background paper where the base of the book was, some William Morris papers, and then some other paper here, a label, and one of my little roses collection. So, you know, they're kind of much more varied than they would necessarily turn out, you know, if they were just on their own. So I think that's quite fun, because you get, you know, different looks. I mean, that one's quite nice, to be honest, isn't it? Again, like unexpected, you know, very different kind of look, but I quite like it. Let's just check. Oh, what about that? Although that blends in a bit too much. Sometimes they can blend in a bit too much to the background. You know, what you think is going to really go, it's like, oh, that just blends in too much now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think probably those 6. So, I mean, obviously, if you were purchasing one of these, you're going to have the black stitching around the edge anyway. But, you know, then you could obviously decorate them up how you want. So, I mean, let's say this one on here. You could then pop some lace on. I've just got some lace here. Now, I'm not saying this is the right lace or anything else. I've just grabbed something in that just happened to be on the desk. You know, you could just put some lace on there, some bling, maybe a couple of butterflies and things, maybe a label in the background, and that would just finish that off. Again, you could put this portrait instead of landscape, finish that off with some lace. That's not the right lace, so that's annoying me. I mean, I'm not saying this is either. Oh, I can't now find any that's quite right. Have got this gorgeous blue, but this is obviously, I mean, this is way too wide, so you'd have to cut this down. But, you know, you could put something like that. I mean, how pretty does that look? So imagine that with then maybe just, you know, a label or something, maybe some bling, maybe a butterfly. If you could pick something up in the same sort of colour as this blue, maybe like a wax seal or something. Maybe you might have some little tabs or something that you could put on there. You know, you could do really kind of all different things to just finish your piece off. So yeah, they're quite a fun little thing, aren't they? And like I say, they're normally quite popular. So I thought that I would just bring you guys along while I'm just putting some together. So that's one pack. And all these things, I mean, they do take quite a while to even assemble. I mean, not only have they obviously been made in the first place, but they do then take quite a bit of time. You know, by the time you've cut up the masterboards, then you know, I like to sort of have a bit of a think about what I think would look nice, not just chuck any old thing with them. You know, they do then end up taking a while to put together. So we've got this masterboard, again, quite a different sort of look. So, you know, be interesting to see what sort of clusters we might like on here. I mean, that one's lovely, isn't it? Oh my goodness, that one's lovely. Yeah, loving that one. Don't want the same. So just trying to get, you know, quite different looking pieces. I don't want it to be, you know, disappointing and boring with kind of the same sort of looks, really. So I mean, obviously that's very purple, not really going. She's quite nice, isn't she? Oh my goodness, how about that one? Love that on there. It's very, very nice. Right. Oh my goodness, I've been hoarding this cluster. Not sure whether I can bring myself to part with it. Yeah, more of that silly behaviour going on with the whole not being able to part with that. Oh, why do I do that? It's just so awful of me. Embarrassing, really. Oh, that one's gorgeous on there, isn't it? Love that. Right, okay, so we've got those 4. Don't think that chair is going to go, but it might do. Right. What about this one? That one's quite nice, isn't it? I'm just going to ink this up just around that background page. Oh, I quite like that. My goodness, look at that one on there. That is so pretty, isn't it? Love how that looks. What about this one? Don't think that really goes. What about a bird? Bird's quite nice. And again, you know, they could be portrait, don't forget, or landscape. That's gorgeous, isn't it? Just try this on there. Oh yeah, that one's very cute. So that's our 6 clusters for that one. Yeah, I'll take them to the sewing machine, you know, probably after the video, and then just stitch around the edges of these. But they're very cute packs, aren't they? I've got a bit of an urge now to make a couple of these myself. So, you know, finish some off myself. So I might have to do that at the end of this video. So, okay. So these ones are the ones with the plain background. So these kind of could be used as journal cards or pockets or whatever. The other ones, if they've got a patterned background, if you wanted to use them as journal cards, I mean, you could just paint over the back or gesso over the back. You could put plain paper over the back. You know, they're not kind of, just because they're not plain right now, it doesn't mean they can't be used. It just means you might have to alter the back to, you know, in order to use them. So, oh my goodness, I just picked these up and look, one after another. They're really good on here. Oh my goodness, can I bring myself to part with that? Because I love that one. Oh my gosh, doesn't that look really good on there? Oh, why am I doing this on video? If I wasn't doing this on video, I wouldn't be being so brave. I'd keep on pulling things back, thinking, oh no, I can't part with that one. So, I mean, in some ways, it's quite good that I'm doing it on video because it's stopping me from being quite so ridiculous and hoardy. But, yeah, I mean, that's just silly, isn't it? Silly behaviour. And that's even quite nice, to be honest. Oh, my goodness, how cute does that look on there? Love how that looks. Yeah, so this one, this just came together really, really, really well. I don't know whether it just happened that I picked up a bunch of clusters that were just kind of perfect. But, oh my gosh, doesn't it look lovely? I'm just going to finish this off because I think maybe that needs a butterfly or something on there. So let's just quickly put a butterfly on there. Okay. Well, I mean, I say that I'm hoarding the collage masterboards. I mean, you can probably see. I'm also hoarding the clusters. I mean, what is wrong with me? It's just not a good thing to be doing, is it? Hoarding the clusters or the masterboards. And why? Why am I doing that? I have no idea. Just awful, awful behaviour. Okay, so I'm thinking get that on there. Again, just using hot glue, which is, you know, way over what I need to be using, but I'll just see if I've got some bling. Just put some bling in the butterfly. There we go. Okie dokie. There we go. And also you'll notice that I haven't inked any of the collage masterboards up. So, you know, obviously if you were to purchase these, you may want to actually ink the edges around, you know, around the edges, you know, completely up to you. I haven't inked them on purpose because I don't want to, you know, I don't want to do something that maybe you wouldn't want to do. So yeah, up to you really whether you would want to ink the edges or not. So that's that one. Oh, I'm all excited now to actually make a couple of these myself. So yeah. Right, that one. Okay, this one. Okay. Love this one. Isn't this gorgeous? So this is my Valentine's collection papers, these, with some of my new damask collection papers, both the rich damask and also the pale damask. Don't they look gorgeous? Oh, I mean, that's quite nice on there, isn't it? Oh, that's really nice on there. Yeah, love that one. Her, she's really nice. Oh, I don't really want to have two shoes. That's boring, isn't it? Boring to have two shoes. No, that one's not right. Okay. Oh, what about that? It's quite nice, isn't it? You know, again, trying to put, you know, not necessarily the ones that you would most expect, but have some unexpected choices. Oh, I only need one more. They come together very quickly, don't they? She's rather nice on there, isn't she? Yeah, again, I'm wanting to hoard that. So what on earth? Right, that's 6. And the masterboard. Okie dokie. Pop them in a bag. Must not forget that I must still stitch these. Now they're in the bags. Okay. Okay. I mean, that one's quite nice on there, isn't it? Which is weird, because to be honest, that shouldn't really go on there. It's not, you know, it's not the same colours or anything like that, but it does go on there quite nicely, doesn't it? Oh, I've got one of these with the eyelets. I mean, that's quite a nice kind of cool look, isn't it? Not like that. No. No. Oh, what's this one? Quite nice, isn't it? Again, unexpected. You know, you wouldn't necessarily expect that to go. Well, that's quite nice. What were some of these earlier ones that we pulled in? Oh, again, that one's kind of similar. So I might have this one instead, although it is a bit blendy, but what about the bird now? Oh my goodness, doesn't that one look gorgeous? Right, let's just pull in a couple more. Oops. Okay. Oh, how about this? Although it's got yellow on there. Wonder what we think to the... Well, actually it looks okay, doesn't it? I mean, strangely, it sort of does go quite nicely. What's that on there? Yeah, it does quite go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we just need one more. Oh, I've got this huge one, which was part of a, you know, what do you call it? Snippet strip. Oh my goodness, doesn't that look gorgeous on there? So yeah, I might just include that one in that one. So that is our 6 for this little set. Okay. So how many sets have we put together? 5 sets. So not too bad. 5 sets. And yeah, let's now have a bit of fun and make one, because I'm now dying to have a little play myself. So right, let's put the bags out of the way. Right. Oh, now I've got to cut into one of those masterboards that I've been holding. Right, what I'll do, I'll take the masterboards that are bigger, just because these ones I feel are a struggle to put into my shop. You know, because they're not regular size papers. That one might be actually. They're on book page. So yeah, should we just do one of these ones instead? Which one shall we do? Oh, that one. Look, that one. I've got odd ones that are mingled in. Oh, that one also is. Look. Oh. What was I thinking? Right, okay. Okay, which one shall we do? Oh, I don't know. If we do this one. Okay, right, now let's just move my stash of clusters a bit out the way. Okie dokie. Right, I might have to pull in my ones that I cut down previously, because this is obviously not, you know, not A4. So I just need to be a bit mindful. Now I might have to cut this in slightly different ways, just because otherwise I might end up with, you know, strange shapes that I can't then use. So what I'll do, I'm just going to cut this down here. Like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to take this here. Okay, so that's my first one. Let me put this away again. Oh gosh. Make sure it goes. Oh no! Nearly put it in the wrong bag. Yep. Oh, someone would have been a square short and someone else would have been a square up. Right, okay, so for this one, obviously what I might do is just make two kind of skinny tags or something from this. Or what I could have done actually was done this diagonal, and I didn't even think of that. So let's do this one like that. Okay, and then this one, should we do this in that diagonal way that I said about? Okay. So I like to just tear my, whenever I have corner pockets like this, I'm much more keen on the torn edge rather than the straight edge. Okay, I'll just tear this down. Okay, like that. And then this one, obviously I've got the, you know, the core of that paper showing, so I'm just going to tear it back down the other way, just to get rid of all that white. Okay, so bearing in mind that this one is a very, oh gosh, very irregular size masterboard. So the ones that obviously I'm putting in my shop, they are all A4, and so that's why we've cut them all into the, you know, the neat set of 4 that we have done. Oh gosh, come on. Right, there we go. Right, now next thing to do is just check it against my original one to make sure that we haven't now gone wider than a page. No, that's fine. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So obviously this one, you know, the examples that I've given, they would be 4 of these size and shape, which, you know, that's probably my favourite kind of size and shape. It's just because I had an irregular size masterboard that I've had to kind of like cobble together these, you know, these mishmash of shapes here really. I do also sell the collage masterboards in sets of 4 in my shop, so they may also be in there, and also sets of just clusters in packs of 10. So yeah, you may be able, you know, or you may prefer to get like masterboards and be able to cut your own different size shaped pieces. Okay. Oh my goodness, I'm loving this cluster on here. That's so pretty, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, love that. Right, let's see what other ones we've got. Thinking actually could do with maybe just a couple of tiny ones for these corner ones, because they're quite small, aren't they? Just see. Ooh, what about that one? Oh, that's quite pretty, isn't it? Yeah. I'm just putting my clusters down in the first place, and then we'll obviously, you know, decorate them up and decide. I mean, that's quite pretty on there actually, isn't it? It is quite big on there, but I'll have a bit of a think. Oh my goodness, look at this one. Isn't that so pretty? Love how that looks. This one, this is from my butterfly cabinet card papers. That's quite lovely, isn't it? And so is this one. Oh, perhaps that one's nicer. Not nicer, but, you know, slightly better match. Oops, that was 2. Oh, I can't pick another one. I've put some of those clusters back into the box now, the container. So I might have to drag some more out again. Hold on. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? What do we think? Just check. Oh, hold on. Oh, that's quite nice. It's weird, isn't it? How, you know, when you put them on there and then suddenly you think, oh no, that one's better match. And it's just, you know, suddenly you put one on there and it looks 100% better than another one. And yet, you know, at first glance, they maybe look similar because might be similar colours and things, but... Oh. Which one do we like best? I'm kind of drawn to the shoe because I love colour. Yeah, might have to go with the shoe. Oh, I just can't find one now for that piece over there. Do you know, I'm thinking that might be better off that way round, more like a belly band. Yeah, maybe sort of more like that. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to do that one like a belly band instead. So let's put these all away. And then we'll just quickly decorate up 1 or 2. Just to sort of give you some ideas of, you know, if you were to purchase any of these, how they would look. So again, I will probably take these to the sewing machine and stitch around the edges. But obviously for the video, I'm not going to be doing that right now, so I'll do that after the video. Okay. Oh my goodness, that weather out there is just looking so lovely. Oh, I love the sun. Love the sun. Okay. So that looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Now, what colour lace do we think would look good? I'm not saying this, but I've got this, just happens to be in my lap still, obviously from demonstrating just now. We could have this beige. I think that's a bit colourless and it's a little bit boring, isn't it? I mean, it's not bad, and I love this lace. It's one of my favourites, but I don't know. I mean, I guess it's quite good for toning it right down, where maybe it was a little bit, you know, a little bit sort of in your face before. Do you have this butterfly? Let's just try it. Okay. That's the problem, isn't it? You know, as soon as I come to sorting things out, I'm then, oh, I want to have a go at that. I want to use those. I want to have a play. I'm exactly the same when I'm clearing out clothes. You know, if ever I think, oh, I'll have a clear out of clothes. I mean, not that that happens very often, but if I do, of course, what happens? Oh, I might wear that. Oh, I can just picture wearing that there. I mean, the chances are I'm not going to wear it at all. But for some reason, you know, in my head, I'm like, oh, no, might want to wear that, you know. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous behaviour. And, you know, all the time. Do things like that all the time, which just crazy behaviour. Right. I mean, to be honest, what do we think to this? I know I did say no, because that's a bit of a pale lace, but actually, the more I'm kind of looking, the more I think, oh, maybe it's quite nice. I mean, aside from that, I've got things like, I've got some of this very bright pink, which, you know, I'm not saying is right, but, you know, it's a very different look. Oops. So, I mean, I guess it just depends. Do we want to kind of keep this more subtle, or do we want to kind of like really go for bold and, you know, bold and bright, really? Oh, I can't decide. I wish that I could hear you guys and you could be then advising me and saying what you think. Oh, just got this little ticket, which I'm thinking perhaps we could just glue that on in the background. I think this is from my, I think from the 4-page Fussy Cuts, although it could be from the ephemera set 6. Oh my goodness, doesn't that look gorgeous down there? So that was just laying around on the desk and I thought, oh, that looks quite a good colour. So yeah, I couldn't resist trying that. So perfect, it's the perfect piece. Because didn't it look lovely when we just put it down there? Oops. Put that there like that. So I might just glue my shoe on now, the cluster. Okay. Like that. Oh my goodness. That's so pretty, isn't it? So yeah, just pressing it quite a bit because it's got obviously, you know, a few different layers of paper, so it's quite a thickish piece. Right, still can't decide. Wish I could use like the method of telepathy. Admittedly, it would be telepathy in the future because obviously this isn't live or anything. But you know, to be able to hear what you guys think, whether you think the pink or whether you think the beige. So that's the pink, okay? That's the beige. The pink. The beige. I think the pink. Yeah, let's make a decision. Let's make a decision and go for the pink. So, oops. Yeah, the pink's just so striking, isn't it? I can't not. So yeah, let's put the pink on there like that. Okay. Snip that down. Oh my goodness, isn't that so gorgeous? I'm so pleased that we went with the pink. It was kind of like a tough decision and I really nearly just went with that beigey colour without even trying the pink because I thought, oh no, you know. But you know what? I absolutely love how that pink looks. I'm going to put the butterfly down there. Just going to put the butterfly on with some hot glue. Oh my goodness. So I probably won't stitch around this one now because obviously I've now got things all close to the edges here, unless I just stitched around these 3 edges. But I mean, it doesn't really need it, to be honest. It, you know, it's holding together fine, doesn't need stitching. Isn't that just absolutely beautiful? Love it, love it, love it. So I mean, that's how quick and easy that your collage masterboard pieces could come together. Let's pull in another one. So let's do this one. Oops. Again, we'll just ink around the edge of here. Oops. What was I saying about it holding together? Oh, that's from that direction. Okay. Right. Okay. Oops. Glue that one down. Right, do we like this one? I think it is nice, isn't it? Now, again, we've got pink on here, so we might be able to go for that bright pink on here as well. Or we could go for the beige. Now, I'm thinking we could have the beige there. Do you see what I mean? Coming out beneath the thing. The pocket. So to do that, what I do is I'll take it over the other side and just pop the glue down like that. Okay, have to be a bit careful here. Oops, if I could do this way up, because you know where it goes in. It would be better if I had like those wider sections of lace where it goes in, but anyway, like that. There we go. So press that down to make sure it's glued. Snip that off here. And then snip it off here. Like that. Let's just wipe my table. Only because I'm turning it over, so I didn't want my glue getting all over the piece. Okay, like that. Isn't that so pretty? Love how that looks. And then this one's one of those perfume bottle clusters that we made when I did my launch of the perfume bottles. So just go around that. Oh, it's already glued together. Wasn't sure whether it was. I just spotted this floating around over there on the back of my desk. So this one's like had a staple put through. So what I might do is put the little Diamante over the staple, just there, like that. And, oh, I wonder whether we could have a tab on here, just, you know, I mean, obviously this would stick on the side of a page, but yeah, this might be quite nice. So let's just ink the tab up. This with my whale tail punch that the lovely Michelle, who runs our Facebook group, bought me. So thank you so much, Michelle. I love it so much. Yeah, really am loving it. So we'll just pop this down. Oops. Which side did I think? Go for this side. Right. There we go, like that. Okay, press that together. Oops. Like that. Okay, then the little Diamante I will just put across where that staple is. Okay, I mean, it doesn't bother me the staple showing, but you know, if it did, you can just cover it up with something like that. And then going to put that there. Now, do we want to have a butterfly or something on here? Let's just see what I've got floating around on the desk. Always got things floating around, so yeah. Let's see, what have I got here? Oh, famous last words. Just said, oh, I always have things floating around on the desk. I mean, I have got some butterflies, but who knows where now. They're buried amongst things. And I'm scared to move things because I might end up pulling them all down. I've just got this little rosebud here. This is from my Junk Journal Basics Set 2 kit. Yeah, I love these little rose heads, so maybe something like that might look quite cute. Just coming off of the tab there. That's quite pretty, isn't it? Oh, I feel like I'd still like to have a butterfly, but I'm unfortunately, I think, unable to get to them. They are too buried. And because I've now got the clusters and what have you all up there, I'm going to obviously knock a load of stuff down if I try and actually get to them. So that's really annoying. Well, let's just go for this like this. So, oops, again, just glue this down. There we go. Like that. Okay, and then the little rosebud wonder if we might have a little bit of lace coming out from behind there. Should we try that? Just a really teeny weeny bit. So yeah, I mean, maybe even not quite so obviously shaped. Something like that. What's that? Upside down. Yeah, okay. Oops. I'll excuse the back of this. Obviously where I've been printing things while I was trying to get some printables right. So there we go. I mean, how gorgeous is that little corner pocket? It's so pretty, isn't it? I love how that looks. Right, let's do one more. So should we do this one? Because again, this is quite similar shape and size, obviously, to, you know, to what you'd be getting. So it's a bit narrower because obviously I've, you know, had that irregular size masterboard, but it's not too bad. It's not too dissimilar. So again, just ink it up all around the edges. Okay, and this one. Okie dokie. I mean, how yummy does this one look? It's so scrumptious, isn't it? Right, again, I'm not necessarily saying this lace. I'm just kind of merely putting this here because it's like floating around on the desk. So, I mean, we could even have that down there, you know, like with the other one where we had it hanging out under. I'm thinking maybe edge this one with a bit of sari silk or something. So let's just see. I've got this tealy coloured sari silk. I thought might pick up this blue. I mean, obviously it's not really the right colour blue. Got that. That's not really right either. Oh, that's annoying, isn't it? Just see. Do with some more sari silk, really. Yeah, I'm beginning to run out of colours, and so now really having to kind of make do, which it's, you know, it's fine, but yeah, it's annoying when you can't quite get the right colour, isn't it? I mean, there's that. I mean, that's obviously very similar to this, but slightly different. I mean, my sari silks lasted me a really long time, to be honest. You know, proved very, you know, very good value. I can't remember how many colours I bought. So it might have been 5, I think. Treated myself. It was quite a long time ago. So, I mean, it has lasted me, you know, a long, long time. Right, I'm just going to cut this for a minute. Yeah, lasted me a long, long time. And only just kind of running out now, really. So, yeah, it was good value. Got it from a place called Yarn Yarn online. Recommended by Tracy Fox. So, yeah. I mean, I'm sure other places sell it as well, but that was just where she had said that she gets hers. And so I thought, oh, and if it's good enough for Tracy Fox, it's good enough for me. So, yeah, I didn't need any other recommendations. That was good enough. Oh, this is so annoying. Why have I not got any other butterflies? I've only got this one, and this one's kind of grey, which, yeah, I don't feel like that's going to go. I've got a purple one, actually, I've just spotted. 2 purple ones. Again, not right, are they? Probably got some others actually laying around here, but no, I can't see any. That's weird. Oh, I don't know. That's annoying. One of my little ribbon embellishments, and I thought, oh, I wonder if that might go somewhere, but no, I don't think it does really. Right, do we like that lace at the top, or do we like it at the bottom? Or we could have it top and bottom, to be honest. I mean, that's a different kind of look, isn't it? So yeah, should we have it top and bottom? Now, I would have a label, but I also don't appear to have any labels here either. So, oh, bad preparation going on here today. It's because I've been doing loads of fussy cutting the last few evenings. And so it's all actually now in my bedroom. Because I sit, you know, in bed watching TV and it's all just in there. Which, of course, not much good being in there, is it? You know, could do with it being in here. But never mind. I don't want to stop the video because my phone keeps on saying it's run out of space, you know, when you then come to upload the video. So I'd rather not have to join it, you know, or edit it, because it's when you edit it that then in that movie maker thing, or iMovie, whatever it's called, it then comes back and says, oh, not enough space. So if I can try and get the video done in one go, that would be awesome. Oops. Let's pop a little bit of glue down there to just catch that little bit. Okay, pop that up. Okay, trim this off across the top, just down the side. Okay, loving how that looks. Oops. Love it better if it wasn't, oh my goodness, weird on the side there. There we go. That looks so pretty, doesn't it? Now, do we want to have any bling, or do we want to have maybe like a bow or something on here? Just the bling looks quite pretty, doesn't it? Put just that down. You could always put postage stamps, you know, on with your clusters, all sorts of different things you could put with your clusters. I mean, I've been really boring, partially due to my lack of planning and, you know, inability to be able to get to my supplies. But definitely, you know, you could put all sorts of other things on, which would obviously make more of these. Let me just see if I've got a bow that would be a good colour. Have a bow at the top there. It's quite pretty, doesn't it? So yeah, because otherwise I just feel like it's a bit too boring, really. So yeah, there we go, like that. Okay, so as I said, you know, mine are obviously different shapes because of my irregular size masterboard. Yours obviously would be, you know, the 4 rectangular ones like this. But yeah, I really hope that this fills you with some inspiration. Obviously, I will try and ensure that I've got Collage masterboards and the Collage masterboard sets that we've just kind of compiled here, all up on my shop, and hopefully some cluster packs as well. I do like the cluster grab bags, do some of those as well. So it's all there in my shop if you wanted to head over onto my shop on my website and check them out. And I do also have a bunch of collaged covers for junk journals as well on there. So yeah, hope you feel full of inspiration now, and you know, have fun if you are going to just make some of these yourself. And thank you so much for watching. I would really appreciate it if you would give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks then. Bye.